October 2021. Billions of messages vanished in seconds, grocery lines stalled, and cash-only signs appeared overnight. In 2018, 5 million transactions failed in a single day. Now imagine if every digital payment, every part of the supply chain, and every channel of communication went dark for weeks, not hours. What would you eat? Where would you turn? And why does our entire food system rest on such a fragile connection? Checkout lines stretch down the aisles as the first wave of card declines sweeps across grocery stores. At 8:14 in the morning, a manager at a midtown supermarket watches the point-of-sale terminals flash error after error. The terminal displays the message, "Transaction failed. Please use another method." The store system times out, unable to reach the card network. Within minutes, the pattern repeats at every register: debit, credit, contactless, all unresponsive. A cashier tries to reboot the terminal, but nothing changes. The hum of conversation turns sharp. Shoppers clutch baskets, scanning for answers. Some dig for cash, others stand frozen, phones in hand, unable to check balances or transfer funds. By 8:30 in the morning, the manager unlocks the safe and counts out the day's cash reserve, knowing it won't last long. Reports from payment processors confirm a surge, tens of thousands of failed authorizations per minute, rivaling the volume seen during the 2018 Visa Europe outage, when 5 million transactions were denied in a single day. The store's intercom crackles as the manager asks for patience and announces that the store is cash only until further notice. In the produce section, a woman abandons her cart. A teenager waves a $20 bill, hopeful it is enough. The self-checkout lanes go dark, screens stuck on loading icons. Behind the scenes, support hotlines jam with calls from retailers across the city. The store's backup plan, a limited offline mode, can only store a handful of transactions, and it still needs internet to settle payments later. With every passing minute, the reality settles in. The digital safety net is gone, and the scramble for cash has begun. By mid-morning, the city's rhythm breaks. People spill out of supermarkets, clutching bills and coins, searching for the nearest ATM. Word spreads quickly that card payments are not working anywhere. On Main Street, a line forms outside a bank branch, snaking around the block. Some people check their phones in vain, hoping for a signal or an update, but screens stay blank. The queue doubles in less than 2 hours, echoing scenes from the 2018 Visa outage when ATM usage surged across Europe. Tension grows as cash supplies dwindle. Bank staff, already overwhelmed, start enforcing withdrawal limits. $50 per person, no exceptions. Inside, a teller counts out crisp 20s, glancing nervously at the shrinking stack in the drawer. Across town, gas stations shutter their card-only pumps. Handwritten signs taped to the glass read, "Cash only." No change. Drivers idle in long lines, some digging for coins under seats, others turning away empty-handed. A delivery driver, late for his next drop, pleads with the attendant, but without cash, he is out of luck. At a corner ATM, a mother with 2 children waits her turn, only to find the machine flashing an out-of-service message. The next closest ATM is already out of cash. People exchange tips about which branches might still have money, but rumors spread faster than the truth. In the crowd, a retired teacher clutches her pension card, unsure what to do. A college student, used to paying with her phone, borrows cash from a stranger. The city's dependence on digital payments becomes painfully clear as more people join the lines, hoping to get just enough cash to buy food and fuel for the day. Warehouse management systems, once the invisible engine behind grocery supply, freeze without warning. At 9 a.m., the dashboards that coordinate inventory picking, and shipments across the region lock up every screen stuck on yesterday's data. The cloud connection is lost, and with it, the digital heartbeat of the supply chain. Orders that should be flowing to distribution centers now sit in limbo, unacknowledged and unfulfilled. Supervisors gather around terminals, refreshing browsers, checking network cables, but nothing restores the link. The problem is not local, it is everywhere at once. A long-haul truck driver, scheduled to pick up a load of fresh produce, waits in the yard. His phone cannot download the day's manifest. The dispatcher's office, usually humming with automated route updates, has gone silent. No one can say if the shipment is ready, where it should go, or even if the inventory exists. Across the country, thousands of drivers face the same uncertainty. Some call in, others wait by their rigs, staring at blank screens. The first 24 hours pass with trucks stalled, warehouses idle, and the countdown to empty shelves quietly underway. Inside the distribution center, the whir of conveyor belts has faded. Workers cluster around a folding table where a supervisor hands out paper pick lists, printed from yesterday's inventory, the last before the system froze. Each picker carries a clipboard, crossing off items with a stub of pencil. The barcode scanners and RFID guns sit idle, useless without a network. Instead, a chalkboard leans against the wall, tallying outbound pallets with thick white marks. The pace drags as pickers double-check bin numbers by hand, calling out for help when labels are missing or stacks do not match the list. Throughput drops sharply, with only a fraction of normal orders processed by noon. In the refrigerated section, a team patrols the aisles with analog thermometers, stopping at each reefer unit to log temperatures on line notepads. Without automated alerts, the risk of spoilage grows by the hour. One operator, wiping sweat from his brow, mutters, "If we miss a hot spot, we could lose half a truck's load." The manual hustle keeps things moving, but every step takes longer, and every mistake threatens to waste precious food. The digital safety net is gone, replaced by a scramble of paper, chalk, and human memory. By noon, the city's pulse grows erratic. News of the outage travels fast, but answers are scarce. In neighborhoods packed with high-rises, supermarket doors stay open, and the aisles fill with urgency. Shelves holding rice, pasta, and canned goods empty first. A store manager glances at the security feed, shoppers moving quickly, some filling baskets with double their usual haul. The checkout lines twist around displays, wallets open, bills counted twice. A young father grips a handful of cash, eyeing the dwindling bread rack. Over the loudspeaker, a voice pleads for calm, but the tension is unmistakable. Data from past retail surges, like those seen during the 2018 Visa outage, show urban stores can see hoarding rates spike by over 30% within hours of a major payment failure. Here, a woman in a blue coat pauses outside, clutching a receipt. She admits she bought more than she needed, and she did not know when she would get another chance, her voice shaky. The same scene repeats at corner stores, bodegas, and chain grocers across the city. Cash drawers run thin. Some clerks ration change, others refuse large bills. Rumors swirl about shipments delayed, ATM machines dry, and banks running low. In the city's dense grid, every small disruption multiplies. The sense of control slips, replaced by a quiet race to stock up before it is too late. On the edge of town, a gravel lot fills with pickup trucks and folding tables. By early afternoon, the local farmers market is open for business. No Wi-Fi, no apps, just handwritten signs and cash boxes. At the center, a battered clipboard passes from hand to hand. Each transaction is logged in a paper ledger, a running tally of who owes what. One vendor, Sarah, keeps a careful list: eggs for potatoes, milk for bread, a jar of honey marked as credit for next week's greens. "We've always traded when we needed to," she says, tucking a pencil behind her ear. "Sometimes a handshake is all it takes, but the ledger keeps us honest." Bartering takes hold as neighbors swap goods and services. A mechanic offers oil changes for a dozen eggs. A teacher pays for tomatoes with a promise to tutor a neighbor's child. The market's organizer flips through the ledger, pointing out IOU entries that stretch across 3 families. "It's not perfect, but it works when the banks can't," he explains. Trust becomes currency, and word travels faster than any lost signal. Paper receipts and notebooks fill the gap left by digital systems, recording every deal. In the background, a nurse from the local clinic arrives, trading fresh vegetables for medical supplies. The community adapts, drawing on habits older than the internet, proving that even when networks fail, people find ways to feed each other. Right now, nearly 90% of groceries in the United States rely on digital supply chains and digital payments. As our systems become more connected, our vulnerability grows. Resilience is not just about backup technology, it is about community, memory, and adaptation. The next outage will not ask if we are ready, it will simply arrive.